for third place. 1 and 2 meeting in the championship. That comes up at 7 o'clock here on the ACC network. Courtney and Matthews.
Matthews with the fast go behind. Cutting them already.
We'll start the tussle here as Keith Gavin's wrestler gets the first points.
In on the leg again. Wants to keep this in the middle of the mat and finish this. Get his hands locked. Nice. Like I mentioned earlier, the percentage is so much higher when you elevate the leg.
Cole Matthews looking for a little revenge here as Brian Courtney beat Cole Matthews back on January 29th, 3-1 at Virginia. That would be sweet revenge as Courtney does get out.
Nice go behind here. He's got to lift him, keep him in bounds here. He wants to keep him in bounds. Takedown to the back here. We're getting back points.
Big takedown. Could have 4-point near fall. And they will give him a
points.
Yep. 4-point near fall. What a turnaround as they finally announce he's out of bounds. That should be 6-1. 8-1 rather. So Matthews quickly out of the gates. There's a 1-point escape here for Courtney. Matthews not forgetting what happened back in January.
Now that was nice. Pursuing the takedown with the mat return and Courtney trying to get out of it and ended up on his back.
Matthews coming into the tournament 42-17 all time. Gets another leg as you just mentioned.
Very good. Being ready. 2 counterattacks off Courtney's movement and Matthews staying in position, lowering his level and grabbing legs.
Already equaling his win or point total from the last bout against Patrick Rowland. As we're down to a minute here in period number 1.
Got an 8-point lead with 2 minutes down in the match.
There's a 1-point escape for Courtney. 10-3. Hot and heavy action here in the first period. And battle for NCAA qualification. And they're just jostling for position here. This is the first match since earlier today. Cole Matthews had not gotten into double figures until today. He's done it twice.
Yeah, he's been putting up good points in his first consolation match after his match with Tariq. And here he is. We'll see if he's cruising on it now in this third place match. See where the second and third period go.
Is there a situation where he could have emptied the tank here? Or I mean, these guys are in really good shape, obviously.
Yeah, no, I've seen it plenty of times. I've seen it more times than I'd like to say of guys really emptying and taking that first period. But again, you know, if you can kind of tone it back and start, you know, being smarter with your actions and be a little conservative, not to where you let your opponent get momentum, but just doing what you need to do to win positions and win matches, then you kind of get away with it, and just pick your positions and exploit his weaknesses and what he leaves open.
He's down by 8 already.
Like this.
And he's looking for another takedown, and he will get another takedown. He's looking for a tech fall here.
He's definitely in that ballpark now. 5 points away.
I think the 22 points scored earlier is the high I think one of the Hidley brothers scored 22 in their bouts. I think it was Hayden.
That sounds like something Hayden would do.
Down to a minute, under a minute here in the second period, as Cole Matthews looking for another major or even tech fall. That's 15 points or more for those new to the sport. 30 seconds left here.
Matthews really put Brian Courtney in a position where he's got to take the risk now. So if his attacks aren't clean and aren't fully committed, then Matthews is in a position to really exploit that and get easy points now, because Courtney's got to take risks and he's got to take a lot of it. He's got to start pulling the trigger to be in this match at any aspect.
All right, we're through two here in the 141-pound third-place bout. And it's been all Cole Matthews. And Courtney beat Patrick Rowland by a major decision, and then fell to Zach Sherman 7-2 as the power drive down to the mat. Another one.
Return them out of bounds.
And so they'll reset. And he gets a little talking to there.
I apologizing for putting him on the wood floor. But you want to keep that momentum going. You don't want to change things. He's been doing a great job so far of controlling this. You don't want to start letting Courtney get easy points and let him think he's back in the match. Especially in a situation where you probably see the guy next year.
One point escape.
Or who knows, you might see him at the Nationals too.
Is there one guy that you can remember through your career that you just saw all the time?
There's a handful of them, at least within the conference. I saw Ty Walls at the dual meet, at the conferences, maybe at an open tournament in the year. We wrestled quite a few times.
You almost get to know one another a little bit, huh?
Yeah, you really do. And there's been a handful of other guys. You got to think about it. But there were some guys, and Ty was a guy that I started wrestling when I came down here. I was a sophomore, and he was a freshman. And I think the first couple times I might have pinned him or majored him or tech followed him, and then every time it was a point or two less. And by the time ACC Finals my senior year, I think I beat him by a point. And he was a 3-time All-American at Virginia Tech, so he was one of their greatest of all time.
You almost get a little level of respect for one another, too.
Yeah, you're like, he's improved. This is a guy that wants to win, and without those guys, you need those guys to stay sharp in your own rights. So Matthews here again scrambling with that far ankle, preventing Courtney from scoring that takedown.
They're going to call potential danger here to reset everything, and you can pretty much put it in the books as Cole Matthews, with 13 seconds left, will win this one by a major decision. 14-5 as riding time is locked in. Matthews, after falling to Tariq Wilson, who's the top seed in this division, gets and moves into the third place, wins by major decision. That's a guy that didn't give up after dropping in the semis. And he did it impressively, a combined 24-7.
Did a great job exploiting everything, every small error Courtney made on his attacks, on this mat return counter. It was impressive work there.
So now to the 157 consolation